Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to another episode on the Truly Bedrock server. That's right, guys, we are here for another episode, and I'm excited because today I think we're gonna get a few things done. So, without further ado, let's just jump into the episode.
Hi, Jessie.
Lee.
Oh.
I could have sworn you were behind me. Hi.
Yeah. Hi. Hey. So, first of all, how are you?
Good. I'm just, trying to get progress. You know how that goes.
Yeah, definitely. I know how that goes. I'm actually, wandering around, looking at other people's faces, trying to get out inspiration. Because I feel like I've kind of lost track of what I wanted my base to even look like, and so I'm just kind of seeing how all these cool bases that you guys have been working on look like. So do you have time to show me around for a couple minutes?
Yeah, of course.
Sweet. All right. I'll follow you.
Okay, so I don't know if I've ever told you kind of what the point of my base is.
I know the walls are supposed to keep the pillagers out, not that the spawning algorithm believes in that.
Yeah, so, the walls are kind of like protection, but it's also more cutting off sightlines so that I don't have to make my base even huger than it already is. So it's forced perspective. If I give you big, huge walls to look at, then all of a sudden, all of the things I have in here, they look more condensed and more packed, and it basically is fooling people into thinking I've done more work than I really have.
That's smart.
Yeah, it does. But yeah, so this whole base is me running away into the wilderness and having a place to hide from the moon. So this is what we have so far. I have recently decided that I'm adding houses. So I think the original plan was just all forest and it was doing my head in. So I have instead added in houses for, Horse Cuban over here and just a bunch of things. But I'm almost embarrassed to show you. I haven't got very much done.
You've been to my base. This is way more than I've had done, and you've been here 3 months less than I have.
I don't look at it that way. You've done so much. You guys have been collabing. You did all the stuff in the beginning of the season. I've done nothing but this base. So, there's that.
I guess. It low-key always feels like I'm doing all the collabs and everything to, run away from having to actually make progress? I don't know.
I could see that. What's keeping you from trying to do your base, then?
I honestly have no idea at this stage. I was hoping that going and looking at everybody else's bases would, make me more inspired and realize oh, here's thing I can do, but instead I'm just sitting here going wow, I'm so far behind. I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah, I was talking to the audience actually, I think in the last episode, about how it's really hard for me to be on TB because there's just so many people who are so amazing, and then I'm here and I'm making trees. But what's something that will really help?
What?
Getting started. Honestly, it took me so long just doing a few trees, and it was draining, and I had to force myself to continue, and when I did, it's really taking shape. So motivation sometimes is not the key. It's just doing it.
Yeah, no, I guess that is true. And I know that I know you were running away from that tree tutorial for months too. So I guess you were
not wrong.
Once they finally put their foot down and were no, Jess, you gotta do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, yeah, I kind of feel the same on it. probably right. I just gotta put my foot down.
The only thing that can get you to do something is for you to do it.
I know.
Like, seriously, I'm excited to see what you do because it's going to be so different than anything else that's on the server. And that's the best part, is when you're doing all of this stuff for your base, you have to think, yeah, Foxy's base, really cool. Next to Foxy's base is Loy's, which is just the most insane thing I have seen. But there's two completely different things. And mine, obviously, is nothing near what they do. But they're all really cool in their own perspective. So I'm excited to see what you do, because by the end of the season, we're just going to have, like, how many bases? 10 bases just that look insane. I'm excited.
I hadn't thought about that part either, though. Because, like, I don't know, I just keep, like, looking and seeing how good everybody is at houses, but then it's like, wait. No, like, I saw Tiz's base, I ran away from Slack's base because let's all like, can you get within, like, you know, 100 blocks of that thing without just feeling like a gravitational pull? I swear.
No.
Like, that's why the moon's falling, and Slack's base has so much gravity of its own. But no.
It does. Plus, I mean, have you seen his custom trees? I'm over here making these things, and he comes in and is like, bam, tree forest. And I was just like, okay, yep, inferior complex, kicking in real hard.
I'm gonna tell you a secret. I like yours better.
Oh!
And I'm not even just saying that to be nice. I just like the style of yours better. But both of them fit what's going on around them. And I
was gonna say, his fit his area so well. Like, it's just, they are swamp beautiful trees. I'm over here in a sprucey area making spruce trees, which, can you imagine if I tried to do oak trees here or something? It just wouldn't look the same.
No, like maybe one or two to mix in with them, but not overall, no. So, yeah, no, I hadn't, like, and it's funny because I always joke about, like, my tacky interiors and stuff like that in my back alley, but I legitimately, until you just said that, hadn't hit me that, like, well, I'm not going to have to really worry about people comparing my base to anybody else's because it's going to be different anyway. So.
Yeah, people are just going to be impressed with what you do. And here's another secret. Mm-hmm. The fans, they all like seeing the differences. Because if we all made the same type of thing, I don't think we'd be very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, considering that there's, like, a couple prevalent styles, like, out in tutorials and stuff like that, it's hard to, like, accept that, but at the same time, like, yeah, no, I know, like, we've got completely different sets of fans than each other, somehow.
Oh,
okay,
absolutely.
Which one of us is bait?
I think that would be you.
Probably, yeah.
Oh my goodness, come on.
Hey, thank you, Tiz.
There we go.
Hey.
Only took 80 shots.
But yeah, I know that, like, shockingly, we've got completely different sets of fans, despite, like, yeah, it's like, okay, no, there's 1,000 people watching each of us, and it's like 700 of those are different people than each other.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I absolutely love how much overlap we all have, but it's so cool to see that we have our own individual people. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan of that.
Well, thank you very much for showing me around and everything. And
of course.
I may have to get a tree or two from you to, like, polish things up later. But
I am more than okay with that.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. And as a thank you, would you like a name tag to name Horse Cuban with, even though I would really personally have made him a donkey if I were you?
Oh, so Horse Cuban is Horse Cuban because this was Cuban's first horse of the season.
Oh.
Yeah, and then when I joined, I literally just typed horse season instead of Horse Cuban. Wow. So it was his first one, and then when I joined, he gave him to me. And so I was like, okay, I'll take care of him. And yeah.
Gotcha. It just seemed a tragedy that he didn't have
He wasn't a...
tag.
Yeah.
So.
I guess I never really thought about it, but thank you.
You're absolutely welcome, yeah. I may have lost everything valuable to a glitch, but yeah, but Zap loves me and handed me like a stack of name tags just about, so
that's nice.
Yeah, that's the important part of that back, but that's not the important part of any of this. The important part of any of this is that, like, thank you. Seriously, I've been like wandering around talking to the boys all day, and I probably should have just come to you first. Like, should have known the other girl would know what to say. So,
hey, you know what? The boys are always an adventure, so that's what you can get out of them.
Oh yeah, I have definitely had some adventures today. Oh, alright, Jess. I'm gonna go ahead and wander off, but hopefully I'll have something to show you soon, okay?
Perfect. Bye, Lee.
Bye!
I absolutely adore that girl, and I'm so glad that Lee came over and stopped by for a bit, because I think talking to her actually motivated me a bit, because I really genuinely feel like everyone on this server is so different, right? We're all so different. We have different styles, different everything. And I think that's what makes us interesting. And I think that's what you guys like. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think you do. And I just gotta remember that. Gotta stop comparing myself to everybody else and just, enjoy what we have. I love this server. I love everyone on it. And I think that by the end of this season, we are going to have such a cool world download for you guys. But let's shake off that and let's move on with the rest of today's episode. So on the agenda today, we have a little bit of finessing to do at the base. Off camera, I have done a little bit of the starter interior for some of these houses. Nothing spectacular, just, a little bit of something. But I did this and then remembered, oh yeah, I'm supposed to make this look weathered down. So I'm gonna have to come back in with cobwebs, and maybe I'll put a carpet down or something, to a gray one to make it look like dust. Not sure yet. But I just kind of was starting to plan out walls and making it look a little bit more polished. But I'm not really in the mood for interior today. But I just wanted to show you that I have started. And once these are all built up, I will start making them look a little more weathered. And on one of the stream days, or my stream days, not like TV stream days, Zloy and I were just chatting, and he said that over here on this side, I should have kind of like a lumber yard, because it's interesting that this side is all lush and this side is kind of more full of houses, and it looks a little more polished. So I'm thinking of taking his advice and maybe over here putting stacks of lumber, or even in this little sunken area right over here that I haven't quite figured out what to do with, I could put lumber here as well to make it look like I've deforested a little bit over here, just to kind of break it up. And I really liked that idea, so I'm probably gonna take it. All right, let's eat. But the other thing I have been working on a little bit is working on this river. So I've come through, I've added more rocks, I've added more depth and variation along the way, just to kind of break it up and not make it look so shallow and so polished, just to kind of give us a little something. And I have added pathways to the houses, just trying to get, like I said, a little more polish out of this. And I have been going through and adding more flowers. It has only been, a few months. I couldn't have done that sooner, I'm sure. But little by little, I'm taking steps to just complete little things in this base. But what we're going to do next actually has to do with that back behind us. It's time, guys, to investigate one Mr. No-Tails. Okay, guys, we are here. And, oh, of course, he has covered up the area. I wonder if we go down here on top of his secret base, let's see, is there any remnants of the moon crashing? So it looks like he's done a pretty good job cleaning it up. This is all definitely not moon crash. This is Foxy digging out an area. Let's try to fly. Hello? Fly. Ooh. All right, that'll do it. Okay. So I'm starting to think we're not going to find anything here. We may be in trouble. We have gone to Lee's area. We have gone to Zloy's area. And now to Foxy's. And we have found a whole lot of nothing. All the moon shards, all the moon chunks, the asteroid, the fire, the doom. It all is random. It just seems so random. The first these three were in villages at the time. And it seems like the villagers being gone has definitely gotten rid of the issue here, but that doesn't make sense for the shopping district. I'm just so confused. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here and meet back up with you in a second. I just got up here and it occurred to me, like a big ol' poke to the eye. I think I have an idea. Pillagers. Pillagers are everywhere. In the shopping district, in Moonfall, at Foxy's base, and here at Lyarrah's first village. Pillagers. So after all of that investigating, I think that it's pretty safe to assume that the cause is not Foxy. It is not Zloy, and it is not Lee. They just happen to be victims of the moon. I don't know, guys. I think the pillagers are the answer. I don't think it's a coincidence that everywhere the moon has struck, including the shopping district, there have been pillagers every time I have gone over there. And like right after. So I think that the cause of the moon falling is the pillagers, and now we have to figure out why. I don't understand why the pillagers would want to destroy us, why they would send moon chunks at us. I sound like a crazy person. I actually sound like a crazy person, but It's the only thing I can come up with. I have been everywhere, all over this server, trying to figure it out with no avail. So, really? You speak of them, and they will come. Yeah, I think we have to follow the pillagers. I think that is the only thing left to do. I guess we're going on an adventure. Unfortunately, though, we're going to have to leave that for another time because that is all the time I have left for this episode. Seriously, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. And as always, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button because it really helps me out and helps the channel out. And if you really like this video and you like me, I do have links in the description below for all of my social media and all of the places that you can find me outside of YouTube. So I have a Discord, I have a Patreon, and I have a Twitter, and I frequent those often. So if you would like to hang out and chat, you can find me there. But without further ado, thank you so much. I will see you guys in the next episode of Truly Bedrock. Bye, guys.